Okay, this is part 3 of my conversation with Kim. If you missed parts 1 and 2, just flip back in the podcast feed. And if you are coming here straight from part 2, I'm giving you a little bit of a recap. So just stick with it for about 30 seconds in case you're like, this is like deja vu. But I am excited for you to hear this last part where we really talk about a billion things. So let's get to it. Have a great day. So the word that I kept coming back to, I wrote it down, was obligation. I think that there are a lot of parts of what you said that are feelings of obligation of, I have to do this. In order to be a business
Yes.
owner, I'm supposed to do this. I'm obligated to do this,
Yes.
right?
And to add on to that, it's not even just, I mean, to me, that's that piece, but there's also the piece of, okay, well, all the things tell me that I am capable of it, so therefore I
Yes.
have to do it.
Yes.
You do
Right.
not have to. I
There's
am super
nothing.
capable of going
Yeah,
out and running 2 miles right now. To
I'm not.
hell if I'm gonna go do it.
Right. Yeah.
To hell. I'm not doing it. I
Right.
hate the weather right now. I am not doing it.
Yeah.
Just because I can doesn't mean I have to, and it doesn't mean I have to
Absolutely.
want to.
Yes. Yes. I said that to my parents one time. My mom, this was a few years ago, and my mom was like, "Well, your father's going to paint the house." And I'm like, "Wait, hold the phone. That is a terrible idea." And she's like, "Well, we can do it. Like physically, we can. So I think that we should." And I'm like, "Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should." It does not make it a good idea for a 78-year-old to get on a ladder and go up 2 stories. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You can do it. But why? And I don't think we ask ourselves. I think that we've gotten to a speed, and this is all, our attention spans are that of a gnat. We have no attention span anymore, and I think we just have to make these decisions super, super quickly, and we don't take the time to go, "Wait, why am I doing this? Why do I feel like I am supposed to do X, Y, and Z?" I think we're just like, "Oh, well, someone told me I was supposed to do it, so I'm just gonna go do it." We don't question anything.
This goes back to when I said, okay, there's also reality.
Yes,
Okay. So you're a
100%.
single mom and you have to make money. Yes, you're going to have to work, but just because you're a registered nurse doesn't mean you have to go back and be a nurse.
Yeah,
You might have a different calling that
yeah,
is tugging you and explore it. It's just putting ourselves in these tiny little boxes
yeah.
and the expectations that we give ourselves. And there might be some women out there listening to this that this isn't resonating with because they haven't done that. And I think that's amazing. Keep up the good work.
Yeah,
But for me, I didn't do that. It's not easy out there.
yeah. I had a discussion with my husband the other day, and I was just trying to explain that, I have a very nice life. You also have a very nice life. We're both very fortunate. We're surrounded by good people.
Yes.
We have great kids, we have great partners, we have all those things. But I was just saying to him, I'm like, I am like super unhappy. And there's no, like, identifiable there's nothing that I can say, "Oh, it's 1, 2, 3," but I'm just like, it's just kind of a global. 2025 has been I have had a tough year. And I think that you can also feel a guilt of, "Oh," well,
Mm,
when people say first world
absolutely.
problems. Yeah, I mean, and I use that phrase a lot, like first world problems, right? But there are times where you can say, "I am very fortunate, but I am also not okay where I am." And you
I
should
couldn't
feel
agree
guilty
more.
about that because I do think that there is a guilt that comes with that. I
There
should
is.
be grateful that I have, and I am grateful for what I have, but it's also okay to be like, "But I still something's still not right, and I need to
But
figure out what that
yeah,
is."
there might be some things that you have that you shouldn't have, and
Yeah,
that could be causing it. Yeah, I don't wanna ever dismiss anybody that has a great what appears to be a great life. I don't wanna dismiss their feelings at all, and, I've kind of kept this sort of very generalized, and I am an open book, so if there is anybody out there that wants more personal details, I am happy to share more about what I've experienced this last year. But I think to Also bring it back to organizing. I am happy to report that Rustic Home is not going anywhere.
I love that.
Rustic
I'm
Home
very
is
happy about that.
yeah, and my family just calls me RH. They're like, "Babe, RH, you can't do that."
Yeah.
Yeah, or Backstock Betty, that's my other name.
It's
But
back, Betty.
I RH is not going anywhere, and in fact, we are sitting in a studio
Yes,
that
it's so
I
pretty.
dreamt up 3 years ago, and it's finally finished. Moved into it a week ago, and actually the windows are still construction dirty. I'm seeing the sun pop through and realizing, "Oh, I need to do that." But you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna do it with a Christmas movie on in
I
my
love that.
studio,
That's
and it's
great.
gonna be amazing. And I'm gonna not do it on a rainy day. I'm gonna do it on a
Yeah.
sunny day.
First of all, I'm just excited that you are back to that you found that spark again because I do very much believe that you in particular have so much to say, so many important things to say about organizing, and I would have hated to see that go away, but I also fully embrace that there is a time and a season for everything. And if you were like, I am shit canning the whole thing, I would have obviously supported you because you know what you need. But I also will
Mhm.
say none of these things are black and white. Like you can say, I'm in a season right now that I don't really want to organize. I have other things that I'm working on and that I'm excited about. And organizing is just not something that I'm feeling perfectly drawn to right now. Now, I have the ability to do that because I have another business. And,
Right.
and so again, we're not trying to be unrealistic about what people's, financial and life needs are. But I think
Ah,
if you don't
totally.
pay attention to these things, everything to your point will come crashing down. If you keep ignoring it, it will crash down.
It will. And luckily I am in tune to myself, but also I hesitated. I thought about giving some dollar figures on this, but I decided against that because my dollar figure might be a pipe dream to somebody that I
Yeah.
made last year. And it also might be like somebody thinking, "Oh, yeah, mine's not that bad." When in
Yeah.
reality, maybe it is, and they're going to base it off my metrics. And so I decided that I didn't want to share those
Yeah.
dollar figures. But I am going to say this: if you would have told me 2 years ago, this is how much money you're going to make in 2025, I would have said, "Well, how the hell I'm not going to be able to survive.
Yeah. Right.
That's not even possible."
Right.
And somehow I did.
Yeah.
Chad got fortunate enough, he had some really great jobs and still does, and I just I had to stop overthinking it.
Yeah.
I had to let it go.
Yeah, and again, everybody's situation is wildly different. You've gotta take things at your own speed and for your own needs, but I also think that if you don't listen to some of these things, you will end up in a much worse situation of being completely paralyzed and unable to do anything, and that
Yeah,
doesn't help you, it doesn't help your family, it doesn't help anything, and
exactly.
there are
Yeah.
I know not everybody has, none of us have unlimited resources. Not a lot of organizers have large trust funds to fall back on or whatever,
No.
But at the same time, I want people to listen to themselves and realize that there might be a time that you need to take a step back. And that step back may include, I would just say, analyzing what is actually bothering you too? Because
Mhm.
when you
Yeah.
said, "I decided" something that you said earlier, you said, "I decided I hated organizing." And so I was, like, out on organizing. It wasn't organizing. It's like I always tell my clients, "It's not the stuff, it's the stuff under the stuff." Like,
I
why are you
yeah.
consuming so much and why are you whatever, and so for you, it wasn't organizing. It was a lot of other stuff that made
Yeah,
you
I
think that
was
organizing was what you hated.
my nervous system short-circuited
Yes.
is what happened, and I could not process anything. I even recall I'm still struggling with it, certain pieces of clothing I couldn't wear.
Yeah.
If I felt it in any way, shape, or form, I've gotta get this off of me immediately. I was so completely overstimulated by not just the outside world, but by sound,
Yeah.
smell. We have a pellet stove. That's what warms our house, and it makes a lot of noise, the fan.
Sure.
I had to turn it off for a week. I'm like, "I'm sorry, guys. I can't.
Everyone's gonna be cold. I don't care.
Everybody's gonna be cold. The
Right.
fire can go, but I can't hear it. I can't listen to it because it makes me want to either scratch my eyeballs out or
Yeah.
yours. So you
Right.
pick. What do you want?
Yeah.
Maybe you want me to scratch my eyeballs out. I don't know. But
My
it's
daughter has
yeah.
certified misophonia, which is a dislike or a hatred of certain sounds. There are certain sounds that just really amp up her nervous system, and it's hard to explain sometimes because you're like, "How can a sound make you wanna punch someone?"
Oh, but it can.
Absolutely. And I also think too that a lot of this is, and you and I did a podcast about perimenopause and menopause, and we can't neglect that either. There are a lot of other health, age. There are a lot of things that are going into this. And I have a lot, obviously, a lot of my friends are in my same age range. And we're all kind of talking about, we feel differently about things than we did 5 or 10 years ago. And there are reasons for that too. Like, if you find yourself sometimes on the edge of just unmitigated rage and you don't understand it, it's hormones, you guys, first of all. But I also think that we are changing a lot. At every year we change as we age. And it's not just about perimenopause and menopause era. It's, if you are going from you're having your first kid. Someone in our group, it just announced that she's having a baby, and I was like, "Oh gosh, like, she's in just such a different part of her life than I am, like, she's just
Right?
starting out, right?" And I'm totally rambling, but I just think that you need to honor, like, why don't I feel the same way that I did 10 years ago? Because age, and because 100 other things, and because of what's going on in the world, and all the things. So, we're not
Yeah.
very kind to ourselves.
No, and yes, there's definitely a lot of battles going on in the world, but I also found that when I shut down my newsletters, I shut down looking at any screen other than a truly dedicated Netflix Christmas movie.
Yeah, right.
That helped too. I didn't have to see the battles that people were fighting, the keyboard warriors. I didn't have to see and hear all of that, and it really kinda helped me just calm down.
Yeah. So if people are like really avid podcast listeners, they're probably like, oh my God, Melissa, you already said this, but I'm just going to say it again. One of the things that I have happened to me when I am scrolling is it's not even that I'm scrolling bad news stories or anything like that. I can just be scrolling and my algorithm can be feeding me great, lovely things, right? And I think this happens to you as well. You start to go, "Oh, man, I should be growing my own broccoli. What's wrong with me that I
Mm.
don't have a garden? I need a raised bed garden. Oh, why am I not growing wildflowers? Because it's really good for the bees. Why am I not" even if it's good
Mhm.
things, right? Like,
Why am
"Oh,
I
I
not?
haven't seen enough national parks. I haven't traveled to as many countries as some of these other people. I haven't." I really just feel like sometimes we get those things, even if they're not negative, they are negatively impacting us in
Yes.
some way, whether
And
it's FOMO or you should be doing this or whatever. It's not good for us.
mine is in it's basically that, but it is like when I started making sourdough, I found myself thinking, "Oh, well, maybe I need to put a little stand at the end of my driveway and start
Right.
selling."
I need to sell it.
And I stop, Kimberly, stop right now because that is not what this is about. You're doing something because you enjoy it. And I think as entrepreneurs and people that have started a business, then they're like, wait, I can start that business. Oh, and I
Yeah,
can start that business. But just be cautious with that. You can
absolutely.
also just do something, even if you're amazing at it and the world
Yeah.
could use your talent. Well, too bad. Then they just better become your friend
Yeah.
because it's okay to just do something to do something.
Well, the other thing that I think about a lot is and it's nice to be relied upon, right? As an Enneagram 2 certified people pleaser, when people are, and by the way, I'm not implying everyone's like me because we're all different, but I enjoy helping people so much. But also in the profession that we have chosen, we have a lot of people that need us. Okay. Our clients are looking to us and sometimes have high bars of how we need to help. Like, high needs
Mhm,
is what I'm looking
mhm. Yes,
sometimes
absolutely.
people around us have high needs. Parenting, I don't care whether you're parenting a 2-year-old or a 22-year-old, parenting is a lot of work.
It's
And it
harder the
can be
older they
very
get.
stressful. Yes. Hot take, guys,
Next,
parenting adults
they're
is
more expensive when they're older, I'm telling you right now.
so, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think that we just have all of these things, like, all these people needing us all the time, and that can also feel so heavy. If I don't
Mhm.
take care of everyone else,
Yeah.
and I hate
Yes.
that the "put your oxygen mask on before everyone else's," hate
Mm.
that phrase, but there is some truth to it of I am not taking care of myself, and therefore all of the people that are relying on me, I'm now exhausted by all of their needs because I'm not meeting my own needs.
Yeah, and I'm wearing camo today because I'm hoping my family won't find me, but
How's that going?
so far so good. I think
Okay,
they
great.
forget that this studio is up and running. I'm like, "Shit, this is awesome."
Right.
But I, agree with you. This Christmas, my girls, they won't admit it, but I'm like their favorite person. And they require a lot of me. And whenever Courtney comes home for Christmas, she flies from Boston. It's kind of it's a show. Like we're on.
Yeah.
And you're 7 days of on, that's a lot. Well, they wanted to go into town, which Chad and I just don't enjoy anymore. We just don't enjoy it.
Sure.
And I said no. I was gonna stay back, and Chad stayed back, and the kids all went by themselves, and I said, "I'm doing this for 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't want to. I
Right.
need to stay home, and I need to be in my house. I need to vacuum. I need to reset so that I can
Yeah.
finish out the week, and number 2, I don't wanna pay the bill."
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Staying
Great point.
home, and that's the first time I've ever done that with my kids,
Yeah.
and they were fine with it. I mean, they were a little taken back at first. "Oh, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm staying home. Oh, okay." But
Sometimes I'll
learning
agree to
how to
pay the
say no.
bill. Sometimes I'll agree to pay the bill just so I don't have to go. I'll be
There's that.
like, "You know
Okay,
what?
I'll pay
I'll give you my card, but I'm not coming."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
those are all and I think I'm sick of the word boundaries, like, really sick of it, but that is it's sticking up for what
They're
is
guidelines. They're your own
needed.
personal
Yeah.
guidelines.
Yeah. And again, just because you've said yes the other 1,000 times, the 1,001st time you go, "Nah, not
Mhm.
into it. Not into
Yeah.
it." I'm interested in everything that you've said, obviously. But I am just because so we're recording this on December 30th. So obviously the screaming into the end of this terrible year. But I have been thinking a lot about not New Year's resolutions, but like a New Year's reset, right? And
Mm.
because I hate resolutions and all that kind of stuff. But I also hate when people are like, New Year, new me, because I'm like, no, the old me was great. I don't
Oh,
buy into any
totally.
of that. And when you were talking earlier about, all of the things kind of toward the beginning of it's toxic positivity, which
Mm.
I hate that so
Yes.
much. Yeah, you might be able to power through and you might be able to be stronger than you are. And then also maybe you aren't, right? So I
Maybe
do
during
think
childbirth, but you don't have to do that on a daily
correct.
basis.
Yes, we're not at war, where like
This
we
isn't
can
war. We're
yes.
okay.
But I do feel like there are so many parts of this that are we keep being told like you should do this. I'm like losing my train of thought because I'm old.
It's okay.
Where are we starting with this?
For once,
Um
it's not me.
No, it's not. Anyway, I lost it. It doesn't matter.
I'll say, we were saying 2025,
Oh,
bad
yeah, yeah,
year.
yeah.
Going into
Oh, I know about
2026.
resetting for
Yeah,
okay, thank you so much. You brought me back.
that's
But I
it's a
have
part of my reset. See how calmly I did
yeah, I
that?
love that. That was great. That was really good.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've been thinking about what do I want to do for 2026? What do I want to do differently? And a lot of it is personal because I have had a tough year and I mean, I did a podcast about burnout. I've felt very burned out and I realized the other day, I'm like, I need to do the hard things. And the hard things are, I mean, it's sad that these are hard, right? But I said out loud on that burnout podcast to Cabri, I go, I'm thinking about deleting all my social media. And she said, oh my gosh, just you saying that makes me feel so nervous. It was making her nervous that I was thinking about doing that. And that's because we're all trained. It makes me nervous too, by the way. I have been going, when you're talking about, oh, I have all this train of thought and whatever, I was like, well, what if all the important news in the world is on Facebook and I'm not on Facebook anymore? Or what? So I'm not going to be able to respond to silly memes and stuff like I waste so much time and energy and life just in empty scrolling. And I do it in the name of, "Oh, I'm educating myself," or "I wanna know what's going on in organizing," or "I wanna know what's going on with some of the people that I follow," or "I wanna follow, business coaches." What am I gonna miss? I'm gonna miss a lot of pressure. I literally, like I said, don't have an attention span anymore. I looked over the other day at on our couch, we were all together watching a show, all 4 of us were on our phones. That's, like, kinda sad.
Oh, yeah. It
It's
is.
sad.
It's really sad, and it's funny because now that I don't literally, my family will text Chad because I don't even know where my phone is. I don't know where it's not something I keep with me anymore, but it's interesting because when I sit down on the couch, I've noticed they're all starting to set their phones down
Interesting, I love that.
because otherwise they're like this, and then I'm just kinda sitting there,
Yeah.
and they kinda feel like, "Oh, well, that's kind of rude of me to do that." Chad immediately sets his down, but the girls have started too. So I found that I just noticed that here in the last few days.
My kids called my husband "screenager" the other day
Oh,
because
yes.
they were talking to him and he was not paying attention to them because he and by the way, I wanna tell you what my husband's activity is on the internet. He is exclusively looking at dog-related TikToks. His entire TikTok feed is sports and dogs, okay? So he was
Bricks and
scrolling
dogs.
through dog TikToks, right? He was not doing anything important. But they're like, "Hey, screenager," and I'm like, it's not just kids, it's all of us as well."
Yeah.
I just took a trip to Europe, and I really hope my mom doesn't listen to this podcast. I don't think she does. But I posted 3 days after I got there, I posted just a few round of photos to Facebook. And she was a comment. She goes, "Oh, I was hoping that you would post pictures on Facebook." And I'm like, "You could have just texted me." Like, I'm related to you. You have my phone number.
Yeah. The world doesn't
Like
have to see my photos. You
right, and
can.
people that I went to high school with who are my Facebook friends who wanna see what I did in Germany are a little different than someone
Your
I'm in
mom.
Europe. You could just be like, "Oh my gosh, can you send me some pictures of you in Europe?"
Yep.
No, if it's not on Facebook, it didn't happen
Yep.
in my mom's world, right?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, all of this is all coalescing. I know I'm rambling, but I just have decided that I'm going to do the hard thing, and I haven't committed myself to an amount of time, and there are
And Melissa, do what feels good. Like for me,
yeah,
I didn't
exactly,
delete
and
them
I'm like
off my phone. I just consciously, and I don't care. I don't care anymore. So I don't look at it.
yeah, I have to delete them off my phone
Yeah.
because I know me and I don't do my switches are on and off, and
Mm,
moderation is not something that works for
it's not
me
you
in
can do.
any juncture of my life. And so if they're on my phone, I'm not going to have I also did order that brick thing, which just turns your phone dumb.
Yep.
And so I just said, though, why am I so scared to do something like this? Right? Because we feel like we
Yeah.
have to be on social. If I'm not on Instagram, I won't know what's going on.
So
I'm
I think
exhausted.
I think there's that, like, I won't know what's going on, but I also know for me what I struggled with a little bit, and I still find myself, and this is a part of the nervous system reset,
Yeah.
is I feel like, "Oh, this is good content. I should be
Yeah.
filming this because
Oh,
I can use
100%.
it sometime."
Yes.
Or, "I really should post. Oh, this is perfect. I could post this."
Sure.
I've been, like, oohing and aahing over this studio for how many years, and I've posted all the work going on. I have yet to post a finished one because I don't care anymore.
Sure. Well, and I think that whole, "Oh, this is good content," because I totally do that too. Took a picture of something earlier today because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, that's good content." And by the way, I almost never
You're never
post
gonna
on
use it.
I almost never post on Pro Organizer Studio or Instagram anymore, but the point is, this is also one of those things that's an obligation, right? I teach people all the time that you can have a great business without having to do anything on social media, and no one ever believes me. And then they're like, "Well, I still have to do it. I still have to do it. I still have to do it." And if you're going to post something, even people, by the way, even people I know who have very big Instagram accounts, Instagram changes every single day. And so if you say, "Oh my gosh, I need this for content," how many people are actually gonna see that?
I
It's a
know.
small percentage, but again, we feel that push or that
Pressure. Yep.
obligation of,
Yep.
"I have business social media, therefore I should be creating content for it, therefore I should," but these are all shoulds.
There's
You don't
yeah,
have
there's a lot of
to.
shoulds, and I for a long time, I really enjoyed social media, but
Sure.
I got to this point in my life where it no longer was serving me, and so it's okay to change your mind.
But I also think, and we've talked about this another time, so it's not like I'm telling tales out of school. I think you have also known that you are impacted by what people like. You do have a little bit of that comparisonitis.
Oh, 100%.
You're very triggered
Absolutely.
by some of that, and I think especially when you were in the brain space that you were talking about earlier, that just makes it 50 times worse because it's
Yeah.
so easy to ping from thing to
Yep.
thing.
Anything that does not serve me anymore, I will either unfollow or I will mute or,
Yeah,
go because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. It's not
sure.
about them, it's about
Yeah.
me. And if I find myself, yeah, I just have consciously had to, if I find myself clicking and then another click and then maybe another click, it's a nope, you're done.
Yeah.
Put it down right now.
Well, something funny has been happening to me. Again, these things are the algorithm is smart and I have been scrolling a lot lately. I've been consciously scrolling, if that makes sense, because I'm like, I think I'm really gonna get rid of this. And so I'm gonna give myself a little bit of scroll time. But the funny thing is about my scroll time recently is that it's been serving me a lot of stuff about some of the things that you're talking about, nervous system reset and dopamine addiction from scrolling and all that kind of stuff. I last night just got to a point where I'm like, there was one guy in particular that kept coming up, and he had really good scientific information about, like, why our brain like, when you're watching something on TV and also scrolling at the same time, it's, like, double dopamine hits, that type of stuff. He had some good scientific information about the brain, but I'm like, "But you're still posting it on the app." Like, you're still creating content and
Yes.
posting it on the app.
He
Now
probably
granted.
had a download that then led to an online course.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I didn't go that deep. That's a great point. But yeah, and so I just go, well, we're all like diseased in the same system. So even someone who's theoretically giving you good information is still on the app that you're addicted to giving you that information. So I don't know. That's not a fully formed thought, but I'm just like, yeah, we're all on the hamster
Oh,
wheel,
I
and you
think that often.
don't have to be on the hamster wheel.
No, you can
No,
politely exit. Nobody will know.
no,
Sorry, guys, nobody cares.
nope.
There's
That
too
nobody
many
has
other
screamed that much attention
distractions.
to me. Right.
Nobody
We all
cares.
think people are paying attention to us more than they
They're not.
actually are.
Doesn't mean they don't like you. It just means that it's you're just not in that forefront of their minds. You're
Yeah.
just not.
Well, I know for me, I'm trying to go into 2026 with just this idea of just slower living because I'm just constantly in a heightened state of anxiety about, a million things. And I'm not for that anymore. I can't do it.
Yeah. Mine, I'm not dollars are not in my mind. Money
Yeah.
is not my driver this year.
Yeah.
Money
Well,
is not my driver. Feeling good about the things that I want to do are important. And again, there are things we have to do that we don't want to do, but we don't have to do
yes,
them forever.
correct.
Sometimes, yes, we have to power through something,
Yep.
but use that as an opportunity to figure out what we're going to do that we do want to do.
That truly fills your cup. And by the way, you can decide that you're ready to take a break, whether that's from organizing, from owning a business. I just want to remind people too that when you reach a point like this, where you're thinking about what am I doing, or being unhappy, or really going through any sort of turmoil, again, I think we think sometimes that it's black and white, and I just wanna remind people that there are lots of different things you can do. If you are someone who, "Man, I'm kinda tired of organizing." Are you going on every job? Do you have a team? I obviously solo organizer, you're a solo organizer by choice, but could I go, "You know what? I probably need to find someone that can take some of these things on." Yeah, expand the way that you're thinking about things because it isn't just, "I'm just not gonna organize anymore," or, "I have to have a team," or people that have a team might wanna go back to being solo and think that they can't. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want to.
Yes, you can. And this is just a little something that my clarity coach advised me to do. And I was already planning to do it, but when she advised me to do it, it felt like a little bit of validation.
Mhm.
When we decide that we're going to change something up or quit something or not, you don't have to make a big announcement.
Oh, correct.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, correct.
And if they care, they're going to reach out to you and ask, and then you can tell
Yeah,
them. Because when you do that, you're closing a door and then you're losing this credibility of, well, wait, if I decide to go back, now I look silly.
yeah.
If you decide that you don't want to organize anymore, don't organize anymore. You don't have to do it. You don't have to delete your Instagram. You don't have to do anything.
No, you don't have to make an
Not
announcement.
one person has known what I've been going through
Right,
or that I didn't even want to be an organizer anymore for a period of time. And I'm so glad I didn't say anything. I didn't send an email. I
right.
di- just, yeah, don't close those doors to yourself because it makes you have to almost come back to yourself with your tail between your legs. And you don't want to do that.
And if you change your mind, it's a lot
Mhm.
harder to you can't unring the bell, right? If
That's
you
what I
make some
mean.
big
Yeah.
giant announcement.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the things that I saw on the internet this year in the organizing world that I hated more than almost anything I've ever seen was it
I'm
was
so sorry I made your house perfect.
no,
Oh,
no.
that one drives me nuts.
I don't know that one, and I think I'm
Uh,
glad that I don't.
it's all over my algorithm. Makes me wanna barf.
This is one that it was someone who was making, like, a multi-part social media announcement about how they were raising their prices, and they were giving, like, all these justifications, but the justifications were not good. Like, it wasn't done well, okay? But I was like, "There's no reason. You
Just
don't
do
need to
it.
make an announcement about raising your prices," and I tell people this a lot, like, people are like, "Well, I'm thinking about rebranding. Should I make an announcement?" No, nobody cares. "I'm thinking about changing my prices. Should I make an announcement?" No, nobody there are things that you can do, but we do not need to be making a federal case out of any of these things.
Yeah, I think I think people are not admitting why they're doing it. They're looking for attention and hoping it brings them business, and that's not how you get
Sure.
business.
No, but I'm just saying you have made a lot of great points about nobody is paying attention as much as you think they're paying attention. No, and so just do the thing. You
Mhm.
do not need to announce it. Like you said, if I disappear off social media, people who really know how to find me are gonna find me, or if you're really enterprising, you're gonna be able to find me.
I've posted 2
Do it.
times in the last 3 months, and I guarantee not one person listening to this knows that.
No, because it doesn't matter. It just
Yeah,
doesn't matter. So just let it all go.
yeah.
What are you most excited about for 2026?
I am most excited to continue this reset. It feels good. I'm learning so much about me. I'm learning that our bodies are amazing
Yeah.
if we let them do their thing. So I'm just really excited to to continue to feel better and more secure in what I want and who I am. That is what I'm most excited about.
I love that for you, and I love that you have realized that out of a very tough year came some really good things, and I hope it just continues for you because you
Yeah.
are truly one of my favorite people, and I would say
Thank
that to
you.
you on or off the podcast,
Right
and
back at you,
I
Melissa.
care I care very deeply, and I think that, if nothing else, these last couple podcasts, like, what I want to do is just remind people that there are always people going through things, and if you think you're alone, if you're going through something and you think, "Well, everyone else just has it dialed in, everyone else no, everyone else is doing it perfectly, everyone" No, I think more people are in our boat than on the other side. I think lots of
Yeah.
people are having a hard time right now. It's kind of a hard time in the world. And so don't just assume that no one else is having struggles because we are and being vulnerable. And I hope that all of us being vulnerable and talking about some of this will make people realize that you are absolutely not alone.
When we first started talking back in my first 2021, if you would have told me this is what I'd be talking about in 2025 going into 2026, I think I would have been embarrassed
Yeah.
that I wasn't. an organizer that had a van with my name on it and a warehouse with organizing product and a team. And I think that there's definitely a place for that. And I think there is a clientele that wants that out there.
Absolutely.
But I think that automatically putting ourselves in that particular box as whether or not you're successful is just, it can be dangerous. But I am really happy, as much as some things have been really hard, I'm happy that I've gone through what I've gone through. I still do not regret starting a business. It's given me flexibility and freedom that I wouldn't have had otherwise. It's allowed me to process some things that I didn't realize I needed to process. It's uncovered things that I didn't realize needed to be uncovered in my blackberry bushes of the hell that I
Yeah.
was silently hiding in. You know, kudos to those organizers out there that have their business shit together. I think that is your superpower, and that's awesome. And I just want to encourage those that don't feel like that's what they want. That's okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. No better note to end
Yeah.
on. In the past, I have said, where can people find you on the internet? But today I'm not going to do that because we're just going to leave you alone. That's what we're going to do.
You're just gonna leave me
I'm
alone.
just going to leave you alone.
You can, I mean, I still check them. I check my messages because I still have people that will listen to a podcast and reach out
Yeah.
and I'll respond. I do still look at my messages, but I'm not on there a lot right now. Maybe I'll hop back on. I don't know. I'm not in the near future. I'm not hopping back on, but yeah. And hey, my last just reminder is don't be afraid to unsubscribe. Don't be afraid to not listen to shit. Don't be afraid
Shut it
to
down.
sit in the quiet. Don't be afraid to listen to jazz is my new thing. That was the most calming. Yeah, like French, like cafe jazz. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Don't be afraid to put the phone down. Don't be afraid to not check your email. It's okay.
It's going to be okay.
You don't have to read the book. You don't have to
No.
subscribe to it's okay.
It just
You're smart. Listen to yourself.
let go of the obligation and the FOMO and all the things and
Yeah.
just
Yep. Yep.
concentrate on what's good for your brain and your life.
Yep. Set your guidelines.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I have appreciated every single year, no matter what you have shared. Every single year you have done it with, I mean, I feel like you have done a million times more than many people would have done. You have shared the good, the bad, the ugly.
You're
And
very
I
ugly.
think I always appreciate your honesty and your transparency and your vulnerability and all the things. So I appreciate
Well,
you very much. And I know you help people. I know you do because they tell me and they tell you. And I think this is going to be really impactful to people. So.
well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you letting me blab because, I do have something to say.
It's like therapy, only I'm not
Yeah.
certified to give any
Yeah.
advice
My
about it.
team is, I have a team. I
Well,
have a team of certified professionals helping me.
if nothing else, you're going to inspire me to make an appointment back with my therapist because I need to see
Yeah.
her.
Yeah,
So,
in full transparency, I have a primary care, I have an ADD doctor, and then I have my clarity
yeah,
coach, and I have my counselor, and all four of
I love
them
that.
can speak to one
Oh,
another.
I love that. They're a team. They're truly a team.
Oh,
Yeah.
literally, I have a team.
Yeah. Well, watch out. I don't want
Not
to
the
make any
team I thought
promises.
I was gonna have,
Yeah,
but
right. It's a little different team than I thought would be assembled on my behalf, but
okay.
I don't want to make any promises, but I think 2026 might be the year that I actually get diagnosed with ADHD, and we'll just see what happens there because
Yeah,
that's what I
keep me
think.
posted. Keep me
That's what I
posted.
think the root of my problems are. I know I can say this and I will delete it if you want me to, but there was one of these podcasts or one of the times that we were talking, you literally said to me, "Hold on, when did I take my ADD med?
Yep,
But I don't remember when I took my
I
ADHD
need to
meds.
take
I
it.
don't know that I should talk to you right now." And I was like, "Okay, whatever you need to do, girl."
Totally. Yeah, no, I'm a little bit more regulated now. We're all
Yeah, I
good.
love that.
I'm not crazy.
Well, I'm glad you have a team. I'm glad to be a teeny part of your life
Yes.
and your team. And I know that everyone really appreciates you being here. So thank you,
Well,
my
thank
friend.
you, Melissa. I appreciate it.
I hope this has helped you like it helped me. I loved having this conversation with Kim. It made me think about a lot of things in my own life, both business and personal, and I hope that it did the same for you. Thank you for listening, and thank you so much to my dear friend, Kim, for being here and being so open and caring and being able to share the difficult parts along with the great parts of business ownership. I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous week, organizers, and I will talk to you soon.